everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's Bella here. In today's tutorial I created this makeup look for you guys, so if you want to see how I achieved the look, then go ahead and just keep on watching. And I'm going to go ahead and link all of the products that I used in the description box down below, so definitely check that out if you guys are interested.
And we're staying away from the crowd and under the lights.
The first product that I went in with is the Too Faced Do You Fresh Glow Luminous Face Primer. And I really like this primer because it just gives you such a nice glow underneath your makeup. And moving on to the eyes, I went in with my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer and I just applied that all over my eyelid. And then I always blend it out with a damp beauty sponge and set everything with translucent powder. The palette that I went in with is the ABH Norvina Collection Volume 3. And for some reason this palette always gives me such fall vibes. Well, I know the reason, it's because it's mainly fall colors, but it just gives me such fall vibes, Halloween vibes. So the first shade that I went in with is B5 and I picked that up with a big fluffy blending brush. And I just put that shade in my crease, just going in back and forth motions and circular motions, just to act as my transition shade before I go in with some darker eyeshadows. And then next I went in with the shade E2 with a defined angled brush. And these shades are very pigmented. As you guys can see, that shade is super pigmented. And I decided to wing it out in the outer corner slightly just to give it a little bit more of an angle. And then going back into that first transition shade, I just started to blend that directly over that line, just because even though we want definition, we still want it to be blended. And then going back into that transition shade and that deeper shade that we put in our crease, I just kind of mixed the two and then packed that on my outer lid, fading it inwards. And then to clean up the lid, I decided to go back in with my Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer and I just put that on the inner portion of my lid just to clean up that area. And whatever shade we apply on top, it's going to pop even more. And I decided to go in with my Dose of Colors Block Party eyeshadow in the shade Slinky. This is a really beautiful silver shade with a lot of reflex. And so I just picked that up and applied it to my inner lid. And because I wanted it to pop even more, I decided to layer a glitter over top. So I went in with my Shop Violet Voss Venus Glitter and my NYX Glitter Primer. So I first apply the glitter primer and I let it get tacky for about 3 seconds, and then I just go directly over top with my glitter, and that's how I get no fallout. And you never want to go directly into the pot of glitter. You want to kind of put some on a napkin or something that you could easily dispose of before you go in with the glitter. You don't want to ever just put the glitter directly in the loose glitter, if that makes sense, because then that's how you get the biggest mess. And for lashes, I just went in with the old pair of Shop Sofie Bella lashes in style Barbados. Unfortunately, they're not coming back. So moving on to the complexion, I went in with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer, and I just kind of applied that to the areas that I wanted more coverage. And then I went in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I decided to contour with that. I just applied it to the high points of my cheekbones and to my nose and also my forehead and around my lips as well, just to contour whatever areas I felt like needed to be contoured. And then going in to concealer once again, I'm just grabbing that same concealer that we used previously. I believe I used the shade 16 from that Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer. And then just blending that out with a damp beauty sponge, and I like to use the back of a damp beauty sponge to blend out the contour areas so I'm not taking away from the pigment. And then just setting everything in place with some translucent powder. I've been using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then I contoured my nose very quickly off camera, and I like to bake on the sides after I contour it. Let me know if you guys want to see how I do that in a separate video. And then to highlight, I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood loose highlighter. And I feel like I finally found the right way to use this loose highlighter. I like to spray my brush with some Fix Plus and dip into the cap of the loose highlighter, so I'm not picking up too much of that product. And then I go in on my cheekbones. And then to bronze up, I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Cocoa Cutie bronzer, and I just like to bronze my cheekbones, my jawline, and my forehead. And then grabbing some more of that Laura Mercier translucent powder, I just like to bake underneath my contour, just because I feel like sometimes it can get a little bit messy. And then while that is setting in place, I like to use my Too Faced Like My Melons Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo, and I just apply that to the apples of my cheeks and my nose. And then after I apply my blush, I like to use a regular fluffy brush, and I like to kind of mix my translucent powder that I was baking with and kind of blend out those areas of my highlight and blush just to make sure that everything is nice and seamless. And then going in with the Steve Laurent lip liner, I'm just applying that to my lips. And then for gloss, I decided to go in with the Jordan Woods Too Faced lip gloss. And this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And we're staying away from the crowd and under the light.